What's your net profit when you sell your Spanish property? In today's video, we're going to explain. You are selling your Spanish property and you're wondering, okay, I've already agreed a price with the buyer, but how much is exactly going to go into my pocket? What is my net profit? In order to calculate that, you'll need to discount the most common expenses in selling. The front and foremost would be the agent fees. If you marketed the property through an agent who has obtained a buyer for you, then you'll have to pay the fees. They normally get paid on completion before the notary, and whatever you've arranged with them will be obviously discounted from the price of the property. Besides those, you've got the energy proficiency certificate and habitation certificate or equivalent. These two documents must be obtained through a technician, and they have a very varying cost. It's difficult to calculate because it does depend on the town where the property is located. They can be as cheap as 200 euros each and as expensive as 500 euros each approximately. Besides those, you've got the local taxes, the council tax or council rates for the property, called IBI in Spanish, and the local rubbish collection tax or basuras. Those two come once per year, and when you are selling your property, you may have paid the ones belonging to you this year or not, depending if you're selling at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year. That means that you'll have to arrange with your buyer if they're going to pay you for the amount they will own the property for this year and for a tax that you've already paid, or the other way around. They will have to keep some part of the price from you to pay for those yearly taxes. The same happens with the community fees. Your property may belong or may be part of a community, and you may be paying quarterly or yearly community fees. You will have to pinpoint the exact time when you are transferring the property in order to either get from the buyer some money for the fees that you've already paid, or for the buyer to keep some money for the price for the fees that are pending to be paid. Besides those, the utility bills is the last general expense. Water, electricity, gas. We don't disconnect those when we sell properties in Spain, and what we do is we do transfer of ownership of the contracts. That means that there will likely not be final bills for each utility, and then the buyer will have to keep some money to pay for the final bills for each one of those utilities. And for the tax-related expenses, you've got the capital gains tax, called in Spain plusvalia. That plusvalia or plusvalia is a new tax refurbished in the year 2021, and now it has two ways of calculating the amount. It's quite important that you receive accurate legal assessment, legal advice, regarding which one of the two systems is the most beneficial for you, because the amount can change greatly. Besides this, you have to take into account one more tax, which is if you are or you are not a resident in Spain. If you don't reside in Spain usually, that means that the buyer will have to keep 3% of the sale price of the property from you in order to pay a tax. And if you do reside in Spain, bear in mind that the sale of the property may affect your tax return for the next year. Bear that in mind, as the impact can change your tax returns greatly. If you have any questions about the expenses of selling a house in Spain, do you need help in selling your Spanish house, on general questions in conveyance, please do not hesitate to contact us.